Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Teen Trailblazer Alexandra Eala's historic climb into the WTA elite. At only 19, Philippine sensation Alexandra Eala is already establishing herself as an emerging talent in women's tennis. Her meteoric rise from a junior standout to a prospective WTA contender has made her a fan favorite not just in the Philippines, but also throughout the world. The latest rankings in May saw her climb the ranks to become the world No. 69, steadily yet slowly breaking into the international walls. A breakthrough in Miami. Eala's breakthrough came at the 2025 Miami Open, where she made headlines in the tennis world with an incredible semifinal appearance. Eala entered the tournament as a wild card at No. 140, and then followed up with 3 straight-up stunning stunners, knocking out the likes of Jelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and world No. 2 Iga Swiatek in successive rounds before her surprise exit. Perhaps even more notably, she achieved a straight sets victory over Swiatek, 6-2, 7-5, her first ever win over a top 5 player, and thus became the first Filipina to reach the semifinals of a WTA 1000 event in history. That performance alone catapulted Eala into the top 100, which is a big achievement for any player, and a first in the annals of Philippine tennis. Shortly after, she achieved her then career-high No. 75 ranking and cemented herself as the highest-ranked Filipina ever. Tennis betting fans will be following her closely in upcoming tournaments, and can check out the best picks compiled by SportyTrader to use on their wagers. Recent form and consistency. Consistency is what separates good players from great ones, and Eala has been displaying this since Miami. At the Madrid Open, she advanced to the second round again, only to lose another competitive match versus Swiatek, this time in 3 sets. Eala, who debuted in the main draw as a top 100 ranked player at the Italian Open in Rome, fell in the first round against Marta Kostyuk. This was not the case for her doubles, however. In Rome, she partnered with American star Coco Gauff, where the duo reached the quarterfinals. It also displayed Eala's ability to win matches in singles, but also to play at a high level on the doubles court, a prized feature of today's physically demanding tour. Built for the big stage, Eala has been training at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Lorca since the age of 13. Here, she got the opportunity to be coached by elite coaches, as well as working alongside world-class players who have helped her mature into a complete player. She has a great two-handed backhand, deceptively excellent footwork, and is slowly building confidence in point construction. Equally, she has shown poise under pressure, a quality that most WTA veterans take years to learn. That mental fortitude and poise have been a cornerstone of her junior Grand Slam titles, including the girls' singles title at the 2022 U.S. Open. National icon and role model. The success of Eala is reverberating more than the tennis courts, and in the Philippines, she has emerged as a national heroine, particularly in a country where the tennis infrastructure and money still lag behind traditional powerhouses. What her trailblazing career has already made possible is a new generation of Filipino athletes dreaming bigger. What's next? Eala, who is currently world No. 69 in singles ranking, is positioned to earn direct entry into Grand Slam main draws and the premier-level WTA tournaments. There are more clay and grass tournaments to come, and developments in her game may take her higher still. She is so young and already a history maker, but she's just getting started. The next top 10 staple on the WTA Tour, and the Philippines' first tennis sensation, may be currently manifesting before our eyes. Chapter 1. A star is born in Southeast Asia. It began not in Paris, not in Melbourne, and not in New York, but in a bustling training center in Manila, where the midday sun mixed with the sound of bouncing tennis balls and the hum of 1,000 dreams. Alexandra Eala, affectionately Alex to her fans, was just a child when the Philippines first whispered her name. By 12, she was already turning heads with her left-handed finesse and mature court sense. By 14, she won the Junior French Open doubles title. And by 17, she stood atop the Junior U.S. Open podium as a singles champion. But 2025 would be the year she stopped being potential and became power. At just 19 years old, Eala cracked the WTA top 20, and in doing so, became the first Filipino woman in history to enter tennis's elite circle. Chapter 2. The Fire and the Flow. Eala's game is a blend of artistry and authority. Her strokes are smooth, but never soft. Her footwork is disciplined, but her play remains fluid. Tennis legends have called her a left-handed Federer, while fans often compare her court demeanor to Iga Swiatek's poise and Simona Halep's heart. But Alexandra's style is uniquely hers. She has a looping topspin forehand that kicks high on clay and a lethal down-the-line backhand that has become her signature shot. Her serve, once a liability, has become a weapon, thanks to a new strength program she adopted in Barcelona, where she trains under the Rafa Nadal Academy. Yes, Rafa's team saw something in her early, and she soaked up everything. "I learned from Rafa how to suffer with joy," she said. "He taught me that suffering is part of greatness." Chapter 3. Rising through the ranks. Her breakout moment came in early 2025 at the Miami Open, where as a wild card, Eala stunned two-seeded players en route to a quarterfinal finish. She lost to Aryna Sabalenka, but not before pushing the power hitter to 3 grueling sets. That match wasn't just watched in Florida. It was broadcast live on mall screens across Manila, where fans cheered and cried like it was a Pacquiao title fight. From there, her ranking skyrocketed. Semifinals in Charleston, clay. 4th round at Roland Garros. Quarterfinals at Wimbledon. And a runner-up finish in Tokyo, where she beat world No. 6 Jessica Pegula in straight sets. Every tournament wasn't just a performance. It was a message. "I'm not coming. I'm already here." Chapter 4. The Pride of the Philippines. No Filipino woman had ever reached the WTA Top 100 before Eala. None had reached the second week of a slam. None had earned an endorsement deal with Nike or a solo feature on Time Asia's cover. Eala changed that. Her success didn't just raise eyebrows, it raised a nation. The Philippine Sports Commission called her a generational athlete. The Senate passed a resolution honoring her achievements. A Manila Tennis Center was renamed in her honor. And most importantly, tennis programs across rural Luzon and Mindanao reported record enrollment for girls aged 6 to 12, many of whom now dream of being the next Alex. "She showed us what's possible," said one local coach. "She's not just playing tennis. She's moving the culture forward." Chapter 5. The Weight of Expectation. With fame comes pressure, and Eala's humility never hid the truth. It was a lot. "Sometimes I wake up and feel like I have the whole country on my shoulders," she admitted in an interview with ESPNW. "But then I remind myself, this is the life I chose. And it's beautiful." She traveled with a small team, her mother, a former swimmer, and her coach, a Spanish strategist who previously worked with top 20 players. She had media obligations, social media buzz, and endorsement deals with Uniqlo, Smart Communications, and the Sustainability Initiative backed by the UN. And yet, between all of it, she still found time to study. She's currently pursuing a degree in sports management online. She is, somehow, still a teenager. Her mother laughs. She'll play a slam match, then ask what time her econ exam is due. Chapter 6. On-court grit, off-court grace. What sets Alexandra apart isn't just her talent, it's her values. After a marathon win at the US Open, she signed autographs for nearly an hour, refusing to leave until every child in the stands got one. After losing a heartbreaker in Madrid, she posted a heartfelt video thanking fans in Spanish, Tagalog, and English. When asked how she balances ambition with humility, she replied, "I remember where I came from. I remember that I'm lucky. I remember that tennis is a gift, not a guarantee." That groundedness has earned her fans far beyond Southeast Asia. She is now one of the most followed athletes on WTA's platforms under 21. And she's turning that platform into purpose. Chapter 7. Championing Change. In 2025, Eala launched the RAKET initiative. Resilience, Access, Knowledge, Empowerment, Tennis. A nonprofit aimed at making tennis accessible for girls in underfunded communities throughout Asia. The program has already funded 15 new clay and hard courts in provinces across the Philippines, donated over 2,000 rackets, and partnered with WTA Future Stars to develop clinics for girls aged 10 to 16. Her mission? To build a pipeline, not just of players, but of leaders. "Not every girl will become a pro," she says, "but if they walk away more confident, more empowered, then we've already won." Chapter 8. Rivalries and Roadblocks. Her rise hasn't been without rivals. A budding rivalry with Marta Kostyuk has led to some tense exchanges and memorable three-set battles. Coco Gauff, once a mentor-turned-peer, now faces off against Eala in tournaments with increasing frequency, splitting matches in 2025 at 2 apiece. And then there's the loony presence of Swiatek, the queen of clay, who Eala has yet to beat, but always pushes. She's smart, Iga once said. She plays you, not just the ball. Chapter 9. The Paris Promise. As she prepares for the 2025 Roland Garros, Eala's goals are clear. Reach her first slam semifinal. I feel good on clay, she said in Rome, after a strong quarterfinal run. I grew up playing on slow courts. I like the grind. With a favorable draw and recent wins over top 10 players, she is no longer the underdog. She is the storm. Win or lose, Paris may mark a turning point, not just for her career, but for how the tennis world sees Southeast Asia. No longer as a novelty, but as a force. Final chapter. More than a moment. Alexandra Eala's historic rise into the WTA elite is more than a sports story. It's a human one. It's about a teenager with roots in the Philippines and dreams far beyond. It's about proving that greatness isn't reserved for a select few, but is possible wherever there is talent, support, and tenacity. It's about crafting a legacy not just from titles, but from impact. And perhaps most powerfully, it's a reminder that tennis, like any art form, is always evolving. And sometimes its most beautiful chapters are still being written. For now, the pen is in Eala's hand, and she's just getting started.